Tomb of the Spider Queen, map number 2. Match number 2. There we go, match number 2. At the Banshee Cup qualifier number 4. We have the Cats going up against Team Ash. I already forgot what Ash stands for this time. Abusive support harassment, I believe it is. So yeah, something along those lines. But we are in the 4th qualifier of the Banshee Cup. Our first map is Tomb of the Spider Queen. And this is, by the way, the first qualifier. So we're basically at the halftime show. We have 6 qualifiers in total. This is number 4. We played out 3 already. And Team Ash has up to this point not participated in the qualifiers. Now, just to recap this real quickly, the way that the qualifiers work is that if you can participate in as many qualifiers as you want. And as you progress through the bracket, you gain points. Those points are being accumulated at the end of all qualifiers. And then the top teams will move on into the playoffs where they play for the prize money. There's $2,500 on the line, sponsored by Psychic, by Kevin. Again, same guy that has now for years supported the Heroes of the Storm scene with the Heroes International that we had in Miami, the Nations Cup and tournaments like this one. So big shout out to him. But this is where Team Ash now comes into play, because they haven't participated in any other qualifier, which means that essentially they really got to make sure that in the remaining 3 they're doing well to break into those top ranks. So we got the Cats going up against them today, and our first map is already a nice one. I like going into Tomb here. And we get Sylvanas as a first pick. Fitting for the Banshee Cup. I said this before, but this is actually the reason why this entire tournament is called the Banshee Cup, because Psychic, again, sponsor, he is Sylvanas one trick. And the Banshee Queen, she had her say when it came to the naming of the tournament series. Now, with the double picks coming in, obviously the team on the right, the Russian-Ukrainian team, always super aggressive. That's what they're known for. They normally stay within their pocket. They have a couple of like preference picks, I want to say, but normally they just stay within the meta pocket. Not like the Bobby Cottage fan club, where we've now seen a Nova pick, for example. But yeah, we'll see what the red team can do here now. They are usually playing insanely aggressive, and they are very good at thriving in chaotic situations and trying to take that on. But yeah, either way, Joanna and Leoric are coming in. And in case that you weren't familiar with this, Team Ash has now existed for, I believe, 6, 7, 8 years or so. And the acronym started initially as Team Arthur's Stroidram, and which basically is like Russian and means Arthur's builds a temple or something. And they just got abbreviated to Team Ash. And ever since then, they always just went into different team names, but the acronym stayed the same. So yeah, it was actually kind of funny. This must be the 7th or 8th iteration of the team already. There's like one player that gets swapped out or not, or just if they go into a different tournament, they name this a bit differently. So yeah. Leo and Johanna on the front side for the Cats, which is actually pretty nice. There's a lot of wave clear that they have already. Jojo is highly sought after on Tomb of the Spider Queen for her wave clear. Since the lanes are so close together, if you dominate on wave clear, if you can burn these down very quickly, you normally have the rotation going for yourself between the mid and the top lane very easily. And yeah, in addition to that now, the red team with bishops in particular. Hanzo, by the way, and also Maiev banned because of bishops. Those are 2 of the heroes that they're trying to take on. We get Anduin and Genji. So a Genji light bomb engage. Textbook. Absolutely textbook here. Yeah, we're gonna get quite a bit of that. But again, bishops known to play Hanzo, to play Maiev. We've had him for a while, playing a lot of Falstad too. And trying to do that. Here comes Rhaegar, and we get Gul'dan. Alright, so even more wave clear with Gul'dan. Most likely Ruinous Affliction. We've seen Fellflame builds, of course, too. So that's another one that they can try and lock in. And then as our final pick for game number 1, let's see what we're going to get now. They still need a main tank, unless they're trying to play Blaze main tank, and I highly doubt it. Muradin is usually something that he plays a lot. Could play it here too. And he does. My try with Muradin. Let's go, everybody. Tomb of the Spider Queen, game number 1 in our best of 3 series here in the winner bracket of Banshee Cup qualifier number 4. Game number 1, the cats on the left as we're heading into Tomb of the Spider Queen. We got a Soaking playing Leoric. We have Dark Reader, aka Dracula, on Joanna. Herath on Gul'dan, while Thonis is playing Rhaegar, and we got Captain Rex on Sylvanas. Over on the right side of the map, Team Ash with Renella on Anduin. We got Bishops on Genji, so that combo will be played a lot after level 10. Get that light bomb going, and then Genji moves in with the Swift Strike. Maitri with Muradin. We got Down for Life on Blaze, and Morenas is playing Junkrat. So, who's taking it? Again, there is quite a bit on the line actually for Team Ash, because this is only the first qualifier that they're participating in. They don't need to win the qualifier, but they should try to get pretty far here. Dropping into the losers bracket in this round already would be a setback for sure. So they want to win this series at least. So we'll see. We now have them still fighting on the rotation. They pushed the blue team back a little bit. We indeed get Ruinous Affliction, by the way. Oh, sorry, we get initially Echo Corruption. We will get Ruinous Affliction on level 16 then as a follow-up. But down here at the bottom of the map, Maitri is already double-checking. They're just getting some damage in against Soaking. It's a little bit of free damage against Leoric, something that you can definitely go for. And in the meantime, Morenas with Junkrat has been starting to push things back a little bit over here. So yeah, the party is slowly starting, and at least for now, what we're getting is a quick attack against, well, they were hoping to get Sylvanas here, but couldn't quite. Now the thing is, Sylvanas not the only one that has taken a bit of a beating in that last battle, because most of the heroes were losing quite a few hit points. So yeah, pretty heavy fight that we're seeing, and now it's camps that we're getting instead. So yeah, try and get some camps locked in real quickly, move around that, try and push a lane. Sylvanas is now doing the same at the bottom of the map with the help of Rhaegar, so the two of them are trying to get the Siege Giants here. With not a single kill in this game yet, teams are starting to centering around the PvE element a bit more. And Sylvanas obviously can enhance any of these pushes so much more, which is exactly what we're now seeing, or saw for a moment at the bottom of the map as she started to disable some of those towers. And they got some damage in. That's not too bad. Haven't seen any gems turned in yet. Both of the teams are obviously working on their counts here. Stormbolt is missing against Herath. That would have been another opportunity to maybe get a quick hit on this. Neil Peasants on Leoric, so trying for the extra damage that he can lock in here in order to take those minion waves down a little bit faster even. And it's kind of uncharacteristic, honestly, from a game from Team Ash to not have any kills yet. This is always a bit weird. Normally when we see these guys, the first few minutes are just a very brawly affair, and they very quickly start taking out heroes, but in this one it has been fairly tame compared to their usual Opus Morandi. 10 stacks for Gul'dan. And Sylvanas goes down. Alright, Sylvanas the first one to fall up at the top as Genji is able to take her on. 18 gems have already been turned in by the blue team, so now the red team can respond in kind and can at least secure a few of the ones that they have here. They honestly should. They definitely should start to safeguard some of them by turning them in. There's not big leading experience yet either. Leo has to be dealt with at the bottom of the map. There's still some structural damage that has already been done there. But as usual, the main party is happening in the middle and the top of the map, where the four-mans are roaming and trying to not only get gems, but also kills if possible. So they're making another move for that if they can. There's enough gems for both of these teams to now get a set of Web Weavers. Soaking with the interrupt. Jet Propulsion was a little bit optimistic. If it would have connected, different story. Then we would talk about potentially a kill against Leoric. But as is, Bishops gets attacked. Muradin immediately moves in. Jet Propulsion follow up. Rhaegar in trouble. And that's a kill. Nice. Well coordinated, and the support eliminated. Now that leads to the second kill and the third kill against Sylvanas, as they're also attacking here in the middle. The fight at the bottom hasn't stopped yet either, because Leo was trying to delay this further and do his thing, which didn't quite work out for them. But now the turn-in has finally been completed. Oh, the timing on the other hand. No, they saved him! Damn, Morenas gets saved, Gul'dan got killed, and Morenas gets actually saved and is able to tap the fountain. So now we have 4 kills to 0. This is exactly what Team Ash needs. As I said earlier, this is a really important series for them. This is a really important qualifier for them. And starting off so well with 4 kills to 0, now getting also the first Web Weavers, is actually a pretty big step into the right direction. This is exactly what they need now. Do some structural damage and see how far you can push this, how much damage you can do overall. In an ideal world, of course, you're looking to destroy a fort. Might be a bit too much to ask for, but they have a lot of poke. Sylvanas is dealing with the top, and at least breaking through these walls and taking some of the towers down. Maybe some of the forts, at least a few hit points would be nice. Getting kills here against Leoric and others, of course, another big advantage if they can pull it off. I mean, look at how... Oh, that's 43 gems that Jojo has, and they get immediately gathered up by Rhaegar, who's now sitting at 47. So yeah, the doggy needs to be super careful as this game continues. It's always weird when you have this many gems on a single hero, because that hero is, I don't want to say essentially out of the fight, because it's not quite true, but that hero is then always in that awkward position that he needs to be insanely safe, or they might lose their ticket back into the game. Light bomb engages there, and they move in for Gul'dan and take him down. Even pushing Sylvanas in the back, but yes, this combo, as highlighted in the draft, gets utilized immediately after hitting level 10. Light bomb on Genji, swift strike onto the opponent, he's gone, and that allows them now to take apart the bottom fort. So this is a highly successful first objective. They get not only 7 kills in total, the level 10 ability obviously helps right now, but they also were able to take some of the structures out. So pretty big for Team Ash. And this is one of the reasons why we honestly love to have them in these tournaments, because they are insanely fun to watch. They are super aggressive, they don't shy away from team fights, they're always trying to push things, which then again sometimes backfires and leads to opponents coming back in situations where they shouldn't, because Team Ash is playing it a bit too greedy, a bit too aggressive, and gets punished for it. Now the turn-in attempt, obviously, from Rhaegar. Wants to get rid of those gems and will be able to pull it off too. So, yeah, Rhaegar turns in. Good for him. And that gives the first Web Weaver wave over to the blue team. But they cannot... Oh, triple hit with a light bomb. Nice, Ancestral. And still he might fall. Gul'dan is still low and gets burned to a crisp. Blaze falls as well. The gems are being gathered up. But since the camp is also still active in the middle, this might still be a good defense for the red team. They've been doing pretty well over here, but it's a trade in kills. They are burning that Web Weaver at the top lane down super quickly on the other hand. So yeah, that guy is not going to survive too much longer. Now, in the meantime, of course, there's still Web Weavers in the middle and down at the bottom of the map. Even though for the time being, at least, we can discount the Web Weaver at the bot lane because it's still far, far away. Finally getting pushed towards the fort. Rhaegar still in trouble, and he dies. Now, he had the gems, and they're going to try and gather them up. They're able to do it too. But losing Rhaegar is another setback that they will have to suffer through. Nice Entomb on the other hand. And they catch Anduin as well. Anduin, yeah, this time, that's obviously the good thing when you're catching Anduin. This is the main reason why you're trying to do that every time you YOLO an Entomb out. Because he's the one that basically ruins your ult with his trade. So catching Anduin, always very satisfying. I can tell you that much. Always fun. But we got level 13 talents now. On 16, Anduin will get the double pull. This time he got caught. Again, the fight. Stormbolt is in, and damn, Sylvanas is gone. There's the Horrify. It doesn't change anything for Gul'dan. He's still dead. He gets eliminated. 54 gems in the hands of the blue team. And as we're looking at all of this, we have the Team Ash just going for it. The cats are getting absolutely murdered here. It's 12 kills to 2. Rhaegar's trying to escape. He has no chance whatsoever. It's an easy turn-in, maybe even a boss if they wanted, for the blue team. And as they are playing throughout all of that, we're also having them push the middle to try and take the fort down here. So yeah, huge advantage now for the red team. 34,000 for Genji's top damage in the game, uncontested. Gul'dan is at 27,000. They don't push it too hard for the fort here, but it will be taken out by the minions, as it seems. Yep, 2 forts now gone. 50 gems in the hands of Soaking. Boy, that sucks. You have Leo with 50 gems. That definitely hurts. And I mean, on top of that, it's not the only thing that they have to struggle with. There's another set of Web Weavers now coming. And look at experience. Yes, level 30 will be ready soon, TM, for... oh boy. For the blue team. But now they're losing Leoric. And there will be a level 16 talent here for Team Ash in just a couple of seconds. And that's going to make things even worse. So, right now, we have another quick hit. Good. Ancestral, at least. But they're struggling. They're absolutely struggling. The Cats, they're in so much trouble here. That was a really good condemn on the other hand. Maybe it leads to a few kills for them. Renella is low, Anduin is gone again, but the counter kill against Genji. Now the Web Weavers are breaking through the gates at the bot lane, trying to take a keep down. In the middle we're seeing the same. The top side Web Weaver has already eliminated the fort. So yes, the blue team is definitely struggling here. They're getting pushed back farther and farther, and they're losing more and more infrastructure in this game. They're basically pinned down in their base now. Red team doesn't overdo it. They're pretty low in HP and they don't have Anduin around anymore. Bishops was still double checking what he can do. But with the top side now also losing towers and gates, they are falling back, at least for now. 52 or 55 against 54 gems now. Team Ash getting very close to another turn-in, by the way. Now, I gotta say though, the blue team, they still have a chance to get back into this. They need to turn in, of course. Need to try and get some kills and close the experience gap. Gul'dan also nearly done with his level 1 quest. He's at 35 stacks now, so he is 5 shy of completing it and then getting the full benefit of Ruinous Affliction. But, well, as all of this continues, Mirrodin is trying to safeguard his gems. They have the advantage of the extra talent here and the level advantage, so the blue team is pretty hesitant to push in right now, which allows them to save all of this and maybe even get another Web Weaver wave. Which would then, of course, be designed to take out some of these keeps. And that's going to be nasty. Yeah, this is going to be a problem in and of itself. So, the jumps are coming. They're trying to make their moves here. We're having also 15 to 3 kills in total. Half a level until 16 for the Cats. They're really doing their best to somehow stay alive long enough so that they can not only capitalize on the gems that they've been hoarding, but also play on eye level in these team fights and bring it back. Anduin needs to be a little bit careful with his positioning. He got caught a few times now. So Renella needs to stay slightly further back. But there's nominally still a 3-level advantage for Team Ash now. And again, some of these keeps will fall. The one at the bottom of the map just doesn't stand a chance. That's just not a thing. Bottom keep gone 100%. And, well, the one over here in the middle is very likely gonna get targeted very soon too. There are there's siege giants and catapults also at the bottom of the map, and there's web weavers at the top. So they're trying on all lanes, and this one might lose the keep too. Team is still looking for a kill. I mean, ideally they would of course try and get a few kills and then end the game. But it seems like they're even going to miss out on that top side destruction of the keep. They are double checking and hovering around the boss though. I mean, I'm not sure if this is the best boss timing just as your opponent picked up their level 16. But it's definitely going to be enough to maybe bait them in a bit. So, yeah, there's the jump. They want to go for... Oh, good juke. Light bomb. And again, it is Sylvanas that's safe. Quick pull back out. Mitra might be in trouble. Anduin, no. Can easily jump out, and they're not done yet. They go for Sylvanas again. They take her down. Now it's Johanna who's in trouble. 47 gems. Way too much. And they're losing all of them. That was the ticket back into the game, and they just lost it. They just lost the ticket back into this game, and this is looking more and more like they are not going to stand a chance here in this first game. It was already rough enough as is, but they always had that outside chance of turning in, getting web weavers and then pushing, but now they're going to fall behind by another talent here in just a second. The boss is going to be taken, and it's a disaster. It's an utter disaster. Game number 1. The Cats, they were, yeah, it's rough. They need a coffee. They need something. They were not quite awake for this one yet. But with 19 kills to 3 and level 20, here comes the red team. Team Ash, they want to burn this one down. So huge play by them throughout all of this. And these light bomb engages are honestly just insane. Mirrodin is jumping in together with Genji time and time again for the follow-up Stormbolt, and it is just wreaking havoc in the opponent's backline. The kills are crazy. Gul'dan died 5 times, Rhaegar 4, Sylvanas 5. It's nuts. They're getting farmed. They're getting absolutely farmed. Team Ashe is going through the blue team like hot butter through cheese. They are murdering them where they stand. It is crazy. It's ridiculous. Boss went through the top keep, is now on the core, and they are taking everyone apart here. It's a fantastic start for Team Ashe. This is honestly fantastic for them. I mean, can't get any better than this. 5-man team wipe to end game number 1 and take the lead in this series. GG and well played. Nicely done by Team Ashe as we're going to map number 2. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. Curse Hollow is map number 2 and Team Ashe is in the lead. Highly important tournament for them. Very important series. If they want to make it into the playoffs, they gotta bring their A-game. And so far they have. They were able to win game number 1 without any real problems, dominating this from start to finish. And now we have the Cats on the second map aiming to break through this and taking 2 in a row to drop the red team into the losers bracket. If they can, that's a different story, a very different question. But at least for now, we get Hoggar banned out. And with Cursed Hollow... Cursed Hollow is actually pretty cool as a map too. It's another reason why I really like Team Ashe. I mean, them coming in as they do right now means that we might see that map a bit more often. We've seen it, I think, a few times in these qualifiers, but it's not a massively popular map. It's not that... tons of, like, it's not Infernal Shrines, for example, which you see in essentially every single series and a few others of those as well, but I personally really like Cursed Hollow, as I haven't been shy of pointing out. Blue team has to step things up though. Game number 1 didn't go well for them, not in the slightest, so if they want to have a chance of breaking through this and pushing a little bit further, that's what they need to try and do here right now. But yeah, we'll see. Well, with the Hoggar being banned, they're clearly targeting side laners. They got rid of Hoggar, they got rid of the Hoggar. Now we have Brightwing and Lucio in, and our first pick for the blue team. Let's see what we're going to get here. I mean, globals just in general. If you really want to play a global, you can still play Falstad. Won't be a first pick, obviously, but it's still something you can do. Could see also Simoro at some point played, particularly, of course, by soaking, so there's a chance that we're going to see that. We've seen some side lane ETC with stage dive already, but our first pick is Hanzo. Taking it also away from Bishops. Again, another really important aspect to it. In game number 1, they banned him out, but now here on the second map, they can simply take it away. Bishops cannot take him. But this is one of the maps where I could see Bishops go for Falstad. Again, always judging from how things develop during the draft. Plenty of other heroes for him to take. You just point him out as one example, but since they locked Maiev in the first rotation, he's going to be the one playing that. So yeah, they're going for a different style. They're going to be aggressively charging in with the Nubarak. They have Maiev to come in with the quick tether, and then style follow up on that. So here we are. Good pick fun too, making it already annoying for the Cats. But draft has just started. Game number 1 definitely didn't flow together for them. So they gotta find the rhythm. There's Samuro, as pointed out, that was always an option on this map for him. But yeah, with Deckard Cain and Samuro now being locked in, as I said, the Cats, they have to step it up. They're gonna drop down in the losers bracket. Now, we have seen teams make pretty impressive runs in the losers bracket already. I believe it was in qualifier number 3, where we had the Bobby Cottage fan club in one of their first series in the winner bracket being defeated, dropping into the losers bracket, and then doing a full run into the grand final. So that was quite impressive. So teams have pulled that off in the past. We'll see if one of them can do it again today. It's never a good position though. It's never really a position that you want to find yourself in the first place. The goal is always to make it as fun a winner bracket as you can. Means you have to play less games, and it's just going to make the entire tournament experience a lot less stressful for you. Falsa gets banned. So definitely trying to shut down some of the globals here. We're also aware that this is still a choice. Stukov for Lurking Arm, tether into Stukov. Is that some of the plays that they're thinking about? Renella, yep, there's Stukov. So we have him. We get Sonya together with this. And, well, that is the next pick for the blue team. The final pick for the blue team. Quick double pick for them. But this is very much... it's pretty cookie cutout we're now seeing from Team Ash. I mean, this is just like fully... You go Maiev, you have a Nubarak, you have the dive, you tether people into a Stukov lurking arm. Sonya, great in the side lane, can then also jump in. You can go leap, you can go Wrath of the Berserker. And now to try and counteract this a little bit, we got Greymane and we have Tyrael. So Cassia follows as our final pick. And well, with that, our stage is set for game number 2. Can Team Ash take the 2-0 victory, or are the Cats bringing it back? We're going to find out right now on Cursed Hollow. Cats against Team Ash, game number 2, as the red team has taken the lead. Over on the left side, we got Drakia on Tyrael. We have Soaking on Samuro, Hirath on Hanzo, Captain Rex on Greymane, and Valthonis is playing Deckard Cain. Over on the right side of the map, the red team with Renella on Stukov. We have Maitri on Anubarak, Bishops on Maiev, Morenas on Cassia, and down for life is playing Sonya. So, good stuff. Let's see what the teams can pull off now, particularly what the blue team can do. They are the ones that have a lot of pressure on them right now. Cassia with stacks, so she's going to try and stack up Lightning Fury over here with Thunderstroke. When it comes to talents, already a little bit of a battle happening over here, and Stukov trying to chip in. There is mobility, of course, with Tyrael in particular right now that can be used to just try and keep people alive, stay out of that lurking arm if you somehow can. Battle in the middle of the map now, popping up next. They're already trying to get a bit aggressive over here. Captain Rex getting attacked, and it's always Maiev that we have to watch out for. But I also like the Greymane pick. We had some pretty fun Greymane picks just recently. It was Hirath, though, that played it with the bullet upgrade on level 20, which was just absolutely ridiculous considering the damage that he was able to just YOLO out by using the bullet every couple of seconds and doing just, what was it, 130,000 damage over the course of the game? It was absolutely glorious. Would love to see that again, but I'm not sure if Captain Rex is going to follow the same pattern here. And also, if this game is following the same MO. We still have Sonya down at the bottom of the map. Cassia has started to stack things up a bit. Rotation towards the top to help out Anubarak, who's clearly a bit outmatched against the opponents here. So, yeah, our man has to be a bit careful. And Renella sitting at the side too, so they're definitely attempting to trap if someone goes a bit too deep. But not really happening. The rotations are still ongoing. Everything there fine. And Drakia pausing the game. Not quite sure if anybody dropped. I actually don't really think anyone did. Oh, Soaking is out. Okay, Samuro all alone down here. That would be probably a pretty bad bot to play with. I don't think that a Samuro bot is necessarily the one to go for. I don't think he ever had any problems with disconnects in the past games that we had with him, on the other hand, so that's a little bit concerning. But yeah, so right now we don't have an objective up just yet. It's going to be announced in roughly a minute, but the mercenary camps have now come up, which means that Greymane has immediately done his job and has gone for Siege Giants, so trying to apply some additional pressure towards the top. With Cassia, of course, we're still having the situation where she's trying to stack the Thunderstroke. 6 stacks so far, nothing insane, but as the game continues, if you're ending up in a late game situation, you can do quite a bit with proper stacking there. At the bot lane, we still have spin to win attempts by Sonya, and let's keep in mind she went in level 1 straight onto tough as nails. Anubarak with a beetle build as per usual, and when we're talking about Samuro, it's the way of the blade for him right now. And well, hopefully he's gonna be back soon, and we're not gonna run into any bigger problems with the series. Would be a bit of a shame if they had to look for a replacement here, but let's just assume for the time being that Soaking is gonna be back any second. Well, and we're back to business. In the meantime, while we're all waiting for Soaking to make his way back into the game, there were some interesting revelations. So apparently, Bishops has eaten 5 bananas today and said he's literally a monkey at this point. He's overdosing on potassium apparently, but yeah, fairly interesting information there. I'm not quite sure if I really needed to know that. I'm also not sure why exactly he wants bananas. Now, if he was von drüben, then I would maybe get it, but yeah. Anyways, Bishops apparently is a banana fiend. I thought I have I mean, I eat like 2 bananas a day, I would say. usually with my oatmeal. So there's that. But yeah, Bishops is way ahead of me. So I'm not quite sure how that came to pass. But hey, now we know that, and you can't like you're learning things here. You're learning things about the players. You know, you're learning things for life. So there you go. Anyways, with the objective already up, we're now, well, not up, but announced, we're now getting another Siege Giant camp taken, and that one is obviously designed to push through the bot lane. It's always a little interplay that you're trying to go for. If the first tribute spawns top, the team on the right side of the map is trying to get the Siege Giants just before it spawns, so that they have that bot lane pressure ongoing. And if instead the tribute spawns bot side, then the blue team is trying to do the exact same thing with their camp. So depending on where you start and where the first tribute is coming through, you will shift the timing of your camps just a bit. This will essentially decide whether you go for a Siege Giant camp or for Bruiser camp first. Very clutch timing on the interrupt. I mean, Stukov was ready for it, but damn, that was close. Now they're going for it again. The whole goal is still to allow at the bot lane more pressure by Sonya with those Siege Giants, and the 4 versus 4 at the top is also playing out. Greymane and, in this case, Maiev are the ones that are moving over towards the middle to also occasionally take a minion wave down and then capitalize on the added experience. But everybody is just going for the Tribute Interruptus over here. Level 7 kicks in a bit earlier. Greymane has now also joined the fight at the bottom of the map, and they're going for soaking with the tether, and that's the end of Samuro. Samuro gets wrecked, and that is first blood, ladies and gentlemen. So, good stuff. The red team ahead, and that is a good position for them to be in too. They got the Siege Giants pushed into the walls. They have now 2 heroes that can do damage here. And the 3 versus 3 at the top is not looking too bad for the team in red either. The interrupts are still coming, but if they now lock in the tribute on top of this, that will of course be the dream. And they are getting there. I mean, the lean experience is still there. Greymane has now dealt with the bot lane, but it allowed Sonya to also move back towards the Nexus, tap real quickly, top up her mana and hit points. Her mana, kappa. And now she's back to business in order to deal with that 1 versus 1. As the situation has slightly changed up here because Soaking has now replaced it and dies immediately again. Soaking is getting a bit farmed here. He died at the bot lane, moved to the team to help them out at the top, and then instantly dies again. Now they're jumping in to try and take on Hirath, and they are about to gab at him, and then it's Maiev that falls. The good news is that they got at least the tribute, so the game's a bit all over the place. Nice attack against Hanzo that got shut down. Then we have... well... So much for that, right? Hirath dies again. So, yeah, he's gone. Well, first time for him this time. He dodged the first attack nicely, and they got Maiev as a result, but now he dies anyways. The tribute was also given up, so it's a little bit of an awkward one, because initially you're looking at a really good situation, and then you're having that problem. So it's 3 kills to 1 now on early level 10 for the red team. And of course, generally speaking, they're looking pretty good here. Aggressive stance again from Sonya as she goes straight away into leap. So we're gonna have her with a big jump. And that can follow up on Lurking Arm and Anubra combos all day, every day. They're really going for this just insta-kill lineup. But both teams with heroic abilities, and Soaking loves to go Blade Storm, does it again here. Here's again, stun into Lurking Arm. No real damage follow-up on this one yet. And also, obviously, Sonya isn't here, who would have helped there too. But the bottom play is now changing slightly, because Sonya is under more pressure now and finds herself in a bit of a pickle. Same is true for Greymane in the middle. He got attacked there. And Bishops is just looking for targets, right? So Bishops is looking for a good tether, for a nice disc to isolate somebody. And yeah, the fights are definitely starting to escalate a bit, particularly bot side, where Soaking is now having the upper hand against Sonya. It forces Maiev to come down and help out. So Downfall Life actually baiting a bit on this one, but has to be very careful that he doesn't bait too much. The leap misses. They still try and get the kill. They might get it. Arrow, and well, they still... Sonya goes down. Sanctification saves the day. The old man, stay a while and get wrecked. So they got a double kill. That arrow was worth so much. Without Hanzo locking this one in perfectly, they might have lost Samuro and maybe not even gotten a kill. But thanks to that triple stun, if I'm not mistaken, this was a real solid position to take a fight And yeah, my try can't even hearth back. Gets immediately caught over here, and has so much momentum now for the blue team as they are trying to take down the bottom fort, which they will be able to pull off. So really good for them. 3 kills to 3. Cassia is at the top and still stacking. She's currently sitting at 24 stacks, which is honestly not all that great. If you are at the 8-minute mark, normally you're looking to have around 40 stacks, so this is still a bit of a slower approach. But yeah. Blue team, definitely looking much better than they did in game number 1. I mean, there's absolutely no denying this. Game number 1, they looked rough. They had problems. Now they are at least in an actual situation where they can fight. Then again, Arrow with Stukov, they take the camp and they take Greymane. And they might even take Tyrael. Yeah, Dactrita is trying to get out and he's able to escape. Alright. So, things are actually not... Well, they got the camp, but they are losing hit points at the top. So it's actually getting a little bit interesting here, because the bottom fort has already been eliminated. They got a few extra kills. They had to abandon the top lane in the meantime. Sonya is now starting to help out there, but Soaking had so much time that he got the fort down to half HP. So they're trying to counterplay at the bottom of the map as they break through the gates and towers. At least that's a thing. But now the next tribute is up, and there is still an advantage for Team Ash because they have 2 tributes against only 1. So there's an opportunity to maybe get a curse, especially now that they took down the old man. Deckard Cain got decked, and now they have a chance to go for tribute number 3, get that curse started, and take some structures out. And that would be big. Sonya in the middle, spin to win. Samuro at the top. I mean, it's not only the red team's fort that has taken damage at the top, but also the blue team's. So now they can try and proxy a couple of these waves. You can already see it being done here by Cassia. Gets those out of the way. If you're just taking waves out over here, for example, your own minion wave is going to put additional pressure on the opponent's fort and will eventually destroy it. So this is exactly what's being done here. So they're just doing it with the beetles in the middle. Mid lane fort is going to be destroyed. Bottom of the map, you can see it on the mini-map. They're going to lose that too. So 2 forts will at least be destroyed. Might even lose the one at the top as they're starting to rotate over. But yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good value for the first objective. Take all 3 forts out. It really doesn't get much better than that. If you can just barrel through and go for a keep, I mean, by all means. But this is still pretty solid. Down for Life is getting attacked here. Once again, another little move coming out as the red team is trying their best to defend this last fort as much as they can. And they're really doing as much as humanly possible. So they're bringing everything they have, but it's still not going to change things. That fort goes down, and even the wall at the bottom of the map has now essentially been destroyed. So that's a pretty successful first objective. They go immediately towards the boss, and the blue team is likely going to do the same thing right now. I would be shocked if they didn't. It is the logical play to make here. So yeah, they're going to fall onto that and take the bot lane boss. And Uberak is already sniffing this out a bit. It's not like he's going to do anything about it, right? But he's at least saying hello. Level 16 talents are in. That gives us the universal carrier. We got Epic Enter. We have the static electricity and the nerves of steel, as the blue team still waits for their own level 16. And the situation is similar. This is the bit of a difference. Siege Giants are going to help to take the boss down. There's at least some added extra damage that they're going to get through that. But, well, we still have the top side pressure play moving in, and this is a bigger deal because they are all willing to go for it. This is the playstyle of them. They want to go for the aggressive move. They're not defending at the bottom of the map. They're just saying, all right, let's go for it. Let's try and take them down. Let's force that fight. Let's go for the keep, take it down, and they will likely walk away with at least a keep, unless there's a few kills coming in quickly. Yeah, but nice dodge attempt. Tyrael still gets caught. Leap on point, and Tyrael is wrecked. Tyrael gets destroyed. No sanctification, but Soaking gets the kill against Sonya in the back, so it's a 4 versus 4. The keep is about to be gone. They're still trying for another attack. Greymane in trouble. He's gone. So is Deckard Cain, and they might go for core here. They got all the trump cards in their hands now. They're starting to move in for the core, and this is apparently going to be a quick one. 12 minutes in, and it looks very much like a 2-0 victory for Team Ash in this series. Yeah, maybe not quite. Can they take it? Boss gonna be defeated in a moment. There's only Hanzo alive, so yeah, they're gonna get that kill. And they're gonna go for the core. Nicely done. 2-0. Team Ash moving on to the next round of the winner bracket at the 4th qualifier of the Banshee Cup. Well played. GG. Congratulations.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.